What is going on, everybody? We are back on it. Hunter x Hunter episode 145. We officially have 4 videos left of Hunter x Hunter. Just a quick kind of update. If you haven't voted on the poll that we have, go over to my community page. I'm going to end the poll tonight. I'm trying to see if at least 80% of the people want to see it. Voting simple yes or no if you'd be interested in an anime only / anime focused podcast. We would discuss different types of animes, favorite character rankings, least favorite characters, favorite story, favorite power systems, best fights in certain animes, best fights across all animes, just general kind of good anime discussion topics. So if you'd be interested in something like that, go over to my community page, simply vote yes or no, and we'll go from there. This will be the final week. I'm glad I was able to sync them up perfectly. This will be the last week of Hunter x Hunter on the channel. That's actually wild. We've been doing this for over a year of Hunter x Hunter. And this is it. Next Monday, this time next Monday, we will be starting Demon Slayer. We'll be moving Hunter x Hunter out, starting Demon Slayer. So the schedule for this week, we'll be done with Hunter x Hunter, and we'll be done with Code Geass. So this week, this is the last schedule. This week will be Hunter x Hunter Monday, Code Geass Tuesday, Hunter x Hunter Wednesday, Code Geass Thursday, Hunter x Hunter Friday, and then next Sunday, I'm not sure the time yet. I'll kind of let you guys know, or this upcoming Sunday, we would do a live stream, Hunter x Hunter episode 148. The final episode, we'll go ahead and stream it on Twitch and just have a huge, big discussion on likes, dislikes, favorite characters, what I thought the anime did great, what I maybe didn't enjoy, best parts, worst parts, just a final closing chapter to Hunter x Hunter. And then starting next week, the new official lineup will be Demon Slayer. This will be on YouTube. It'll be Demon Slayer, Full Metal Alchemist Tuesday, Demon Slayer Wednesday, Full Metal Alchemist Thursday, Friday off, Saturday My Hero Academia, and I'm thinking, I just want to make sure I'll be able to fit it in my schedule, is doing Vinland Saga on Patreon. I've never gotten more requests to do an anime than I have with Vinland Saga, so I'm figuring it can't be trash. It can't be that bad if I've gotten that many requests to do it. So that's what I'm thinking of doing, but we're also going to need to start the podcast as well. So I'll kind of see what we'll be able to fit in. But what I know for sure, next Monday, it'll be Demon Slayer, Full Metal, Demon Slayer, Full Metal, off, My Hero Academia, starting next week. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this. We're at kind of like a climax point here. It looks like we're going to maybe get who's going to be the chairman in this episode, possibly. Episode is titled Defeat and Reunion, so maybe the defeat is defeating Pariston and him not becoming, and reunion is bringing Gon kind of back. I'm still interested to see what's going to be sacrificed for Gon, but I mean, we don't know. We still haven't found out the secret rules of whatever Killua knows that everybody else doesn't know. And he said after she does like a healing that the requests are pretty much reset, or she never makes I guess violent or extreme request after a healing. So it looks like it's almost too easy to be true how this is going to go with kind of just healing Gon, unless there's something that we don't know yet, but we'll figure it out. We're at a minute 35. Episode 144, titled Defeat and Reunion. Again, a minute 35, pressing play right now. Oh, hold on, pressing play right now. There we go. All right, let's do it. I wonder how the other hunters take it. Oh, hold on. We'll talk about that in a minute. Who won, Leorio? But he didn't get 50% of the votes. So they gotta redo it. Is it just the 2 of them? Or they're gonna do it 3? Okay, it is gonna be the 2 of them. wanted to see her do it. I wanted her to get it. Now, is this what Ging foresaw or thought was going to happen, or this is the squad right here? The last bet. God, my man is so underrated with the instant transmission gorillas. I love that ability. One of the best abilities I think I've seen on the entire show. They got the squad holding it down. Well, they shouldn't be getting attacked. Illumi called off everything, correct? Shouldn't be anything they gotta look out for. He's awake. Alright, well, it's time to get to work, girl. This is the reason you're here. You're gonna be, does she get the hint, or? Oh, God. God, it seems too easy to be. Oh, God. Oh, they're still looking through fucking Subone's. Girl. Can you not put something over that? They're gonna find out what. Okay. Make your wish. Killua doesn't have to die for this to be correct, right? It's gonna be this easy. It doesn't look like anything was sacrificed. I don't know what the request word. It looks like they were very easy. Is Iluka is only awake when something is asleep. She spends less time as Iluka than one would think. The time after something requests aren't met and people die, so something makes the next level 1 request. Okay, you're going way too fast, bro. Calm down. Okay, how do you make this the last wish then? How do you make this the last wish without somebody else, you know, doing what they need to fulfill her request? I'm guessing the requests were so easy, that's why they didn't even bother showing them on screen. And something was just activated, no problem. I'm interested how the story was written. Now that I sit here and like really look at the condition that Gon is in. Was Iluka specifically written to heal Gon? Or was this kind of always a... Because it works out so perfectly if it's like that. It works out like just perfectly. I wonder how the story was written. The wish is that fucking, I mean, to remove all that was that strong. Mm. That's why that Hunter Nen exorcist girl they had said, I'm out. I can't handle that shit. That's what he sacrificed, all that, to gain all that. She's removing all of it. He's gonna spring up like a young teenage kid after this. They're all watching it. Wow, that's wild. Everybody feels it, or only the top hunters feel it? Yeah, Leora has no idea what's going on. Comedic relief. Ging, you understand the gravity of the situation? Oh, my man's back to taking a nap. What the hell are you smiling about? It's still going on, damn. Can you heal this man or not? I wonder how Gon's body even ended up like that, because we saw... Oh, God almighty. We saw Gon's body after kind of he powered back down, and he didn't look... Oh my God. Illumi, chill. Oh my God. But he wasn't like that mangled and charred. So when did that happen? He give up? He's gonna resign, isn't he? This is my question. So he says to save Gon. What if I'm somebody out there? What if I'm somebody in that crowd and I have somebody in a condition like Gon does? What if I want help for somebody? What if I'm somebody in the crowd and I've got somebody sick like he has a Gon? What if I have my own Gon and I want help? What makes Gon? I mean, we know what makes Gon so special to Leorio, but what makes saving Gon more important than saving somebody I have close to me? Ruh-roh. He doesn't think Leorio's fit to be. He wants to do the. He wants hunters to fight those fucking makeshift ants. They got to keep the association in mind. I need to know what all the commandments are. There he goes, sparkling again. He's not wrong. Yep, some people just like to watch the world burn. A man just wants to play games for as long as he can. What do you got, girl? Help us out. Ooh, that works. Not a bad. It's not a bad thought. Yeah, somebody, a vice chairman, his vice chairman. Yeah, Leorio is. Yeah, he's a, that gone walking in. Who the hell is this? I don't recognize that voice. Who is it? I don't recognize that voice of who that scream was. Oh, that was Moral? Guess I've never heard him scream like that. Thumbs up, we got him. Getting Komogi flashbacks. All that snot and tears. Alright. Just like that, Gon's good to go. Fresh arm and everything. Back to regular size, regular hair. We've got 3 episodes left to get back inside this man's head. Yo, Ging is literally 50 yards or less from his dad. There's zero chance they walk out of this room and don't come across each other, correct? Has to be. The episode's gonna end right there. I mean, you end it there. I don't even write stories and you end it. No, there's still a good 2 or 3 minutes left. Good God, my man took flight. There's no way they don't cross each other's paths, right? He looks shorter. If Gang disappears, I'm gonna be so pissed off. At least like walk by and dap him up, and then you can dip. Yeah, there's no reason, so Harrison wins unless he says I don't want it. Why not? Is it because they're not allowed to tell about? They're not about to. They're not allowed to talk about the power. You could say Killua did it. Don't have to tell him how, because I'm sure he'll want to know how. That's all he wanted. That far back. So he already knew. That far ahead. How? They're just that skilled of hunters. Like, the mental game is. He thought Ging would be. Yeah. He replaced Leorio with Ging. He's just too far ahead for her. What's wild is that like everybody in that room didn't notice that power. Hit her with that smile. They've been doing something funky with the noses this episode. That's the fourth time I've seen that. They've never done this entire show. So this episode, what is that about? She's got Hanzo in a fucking headlock back there. Oh, those are his friends from the game and everything. That's him. Now the episode ends. Hmm. Go ahead, play the music. Hit me with the tune. Awkward. Yeah. This was always gonna happen. What, he was always going to find you, or you always knew this would happen? No, there's no way. I don't know why I keep thinking Ging has some kind of like predetermination foresight when he meant by this was always going to happen as far as they were going to come across each other, or. And I want to jump back to what Killua was saying there for a little bit. I don't know if he gave us some new information. Yeah, and this is where, yeah, this funky line. We were never doing this funkiness with the noses at 358. It stood out so prominently this episode. I don't know why. I don't know if Killua said anything that I needed to like look here, but he just started rattling off stuff. And they did it again with her nose right here. Yep, boom, same thing again. We haven't done that for 144 episodes. Killua is the only person who doesn't have to follow the rules. I wonder why that is. The fact that Sue Bellen still has that fucking eyeglass on and she couldn't, I don't know, put something, she didn't have to take it off. But man, everything's, I don't know. I mean, Killua doesn't want them to know the rules, but let's keep going here. Whether it's specific to Killua or something that happens after Wish is used to heal. And then, okay, I'll do it. Like, he just straight up asked her. And that's why I'm saying, like, when we went back into that room, that makeshift hospital, something was already summoned. So my question is, did he not have to fulfill any requests and he just straight up asked her, and since she said yes, it could just be done? Is that specific, like Illumi said, is that something specific to Killua or something specific to after she heals? Maybe you can just ask her for something? Because we didn't see that, so I don't know if they didn't show us anybody fulfilling requests because the requests were probably so minuscule and lighthearted that it didn't even need to be seen. But as much detail as the writer puts into Hunter x Hunter, you figured they would have shown us those requests being fulfilled regardless. Let's see though. If the user can be tamed. Killua is the main character. I don't give a damn what anybody says. And again, she's just sitting there. When he was being controlled, he suffered less. Yeah, he did. I just noticed her headband has like different faces on it. Before I lose this train of thought, I want to go back to. It's so weird. I wonder of the remaining story. I mean, we've got 3 episodes left. I wonder. I guess I'm wondering how much is going to be. What's going to be done with who? Is there still going to be a Zoldyck family confrontation of control for Iluka and how to control her power and tame it? Is Illumi still going to be on the hunt to get her? Are they going to take her back? Are we going to see what Killua decides to do with his family? I'm guessing Parista now becomes chairman, unless he says, I don't want it, walks off stage. They just give it to somebody by default. Ging is sitting right there. But regardless of all that, since about 20 or maybe plus episodes ago, besides the one episode with Gon fighting Pitou, but even then we didn't really get inner dialogue. It was just showing his struggle of him cracking. This hasn't been a Gon focused anime for like 40 to 50 plus, ever since he sat down in that room while Pitou was healing Komugi. And even a little bit before then, I say for the last 50 or so episodes, the anime has not been about Gon or revolved around Gon or been any inner dialogue of Gon or anything like that. So I'm curious with these last 3 episodes, do we switch back to Gon and we get back in his head? Does he remember what he did, what he sacrificed, what he gave up, the actions he did? Does he just act like nothing happens and he goes back to being this like carefree kid and we don't get any inner thoughts of what he thinks of himself and like what happened back then and X, Y, and Z? I guess kind of the biggest thing here in these last 3 episodes is what ends up happening in the story with Gon's character. Do we get a moment where he reflects on I mean, there's no way he forgets what happened, correct? So does he reflect on what he did? Does he regret his decisions? I mean, basically I feel like we need at least 2 episodes dedicated to this man, if that's the direction they take. I don't know what direction the story is going to go. Like I said, 148's, you guys have said if the anime was to never come back, the anime ends on a good point where you would say, okay, the story did officially end. It could end at 148 and the anime could never come back. So I don't know. There's gonna have to be a lot of like send-offs, final moments there in 148. So 148 is kind of going to be its own thing, I would think. So 146 and 147, we've got a lot to jam pack in there, I think, and I'm interested to see how it's written. The Holy Luca storyline with Illumi, Killua, the rest of the family. What are the consequences of this? Do they just take her back home, lock her in a cell? Does Killua run with her for the rest of his life? Because he said they're going to be together forever from now on. How are you going to do that when now the family knows what can be done and you know what Illumi wants? So what happens with that dynamic? We've got that storyline. We've got whatever's happening with the Hunter Association. Somebody's got to be chairman. Even if Pearson wants it, doesn't want it, Leorio now is not fit to be it. I don't think they give it to a 13-year-old kid. I mean, maybe Gon does become chairman. Who knows? Got that storyline. You've got Ging and Gon in the same room, and they've acknowledged each other. I don't know why you wouldn't have them come across each other. And then, like, you think they would need their own episode dedicated to each other. I could see Gon getting real emotional, like, why I did all this for you. You put me in situations I would have never, like, just a lot of that. And then just how the story ends. But I want to go back in. Killua went on, like, a dialogue spew here that, like, he just started rattling off things and I didn't catch all of it fast enough as the episode was going. But let's go through it and pause it here a little bit. Iluka is only awake when something is asleep. That seems fair enough. They can't both be controlling the light at the same time. One comes to the forefront, the other goes to sleep, and then when the wishes or anything has been made, switch back. Like, that seems self-explanatory. She spends less time as Iluka than one would think. Why or how? The time after something's requests aren't met and people die. So when her requests are, when they're failed to be met and somebody dies because of it. Until something makes the next level 1 request. Oh, does she not come back? Until something makes the next level 1 request. So when the requests are activated, or when she starts making a request, she's something. And then I'm guessing what he's about to say right here, until she makes another set of requests, she remains something that entire time until she comes across somebody to make request. Or the time when, but he didn't say it there, or maybe he's going to say it. Or the time when request making is paused after someone leaves something. Oh, like Subone dipped out. She was still, Iluka was still asleep before her 3 requests are complete. Or the time after something fixes and falls asleep. Until someone else makes a wish to Iluka and has it granted. So all that time. So the only time she's herself is when after somebody makes a wish. Is that what he's getting ready to say? Until someone else makes a wish to Iluka and has it granted. Making this the last wish and never wishing to something again. Well, he never said it, but I'm guessing everything he just said, she doesn't flip back and forth until that whole sequence has been complete. So pretty much she doesn't go back to herself until she's made a wish. Regardless, whatever, if it's a selfish wish or a healing wish, she either wakes up from making the healing wish, or finishes making a wish in general. Then she is herself. She is Iluka, the sibling. And then any other time where she's making a request, if somebody fails to make her request and they die, she remains as something. if somebody makes a request, dips out to not, start the train like Subone did, she remains something. Um, and then when she heals and falls asleep, she's still something. So until she completes an actual wish, if any of the requests get triggered along the way, she's not herself. I'm guessing is what was being said. And then when he said making this the last wish and never wishing to something again, I thought we were talking like somebody's got to die here, give their life. I'm guessing Killua was saying it as, I want my sister from now on. I never want to have to lose her or summon something again. I want her to be in control, from here on out. So this will be the last time a wish is ever made. That's what I'm drawing from this conversation. Would be the best thing that could happen. Okay. And then right here, when I guess this is the first time Killua was actually seeing Gon's like body. I'm just wondering, when did Gon get to this like mangled, charred, just mauled state? Because we saw him after the fight when Killua was carrying Gon on his back, and he didn't physically look like that. He still had his long hair, and he had powered, like his form had come back down, but he wasn't this mangled, charred, burnt mess. So I don't know when this happened, or if that's when he was in the hospital bed, kind of like, fighting with that like black aura of power. Yeah, like you see, because you see all this blood and stuff, but Gon, he wasn't even touched during the fight. So I don't know if this happened after the fact, um, after his body was trying to, fight off, I guess, all the power, because we kind of all agreed he powered up to, you know, be able to harness all that power, like size wise. And then I guess maybe the power hadn't dissipated yet, and it was too much for his regular body to handle. That's why he's just bloody, beaten, charred. And what's wild to me, maybe all the hunters in that stadium or arena did notice that, but it looked like only a handful of hunters really were able to hone in on, like, okay, what the is all that power going on over there? Like, I wonder what it felt like to them. Did it feel like power? Did it feel like aura? Did it feel like death? Were they intimidated by it? Some looked concerned, others looked like curious. And I'm surprised it wasn't instant. Like, she didn't touch him and then it just happened. Like, we had to really like go through some, like, instead of just healing it looked like it went through an extraction process rather than like it being a wish and it being instant. Like, if my arm is broken, hey, can you heal my arm? Touch it, boom, arm's like good to go. It looked like we actually like went through the healing process here. Like, if I was missing an arm and she touched me, it looked like it spent time like growing the muscles, the fibers, the bones, the ligaments back, instead of you just like poof, arm. Um, so that's all the power I'm guessing that he was able to harness. That's just going off. And you saw the Lumi power up, and that shit was wild. He didn't look frightened by it or scared. He looked excited. And like, I wonder if it's more shock, like what's happening on their faces, or is it shock like, oh my god, I've never been around a power this great. Moral says such incredible power. But no, y'all have been around the king. He was a lot stronger than this, especially down the line. Some of them did come across that, so seeing Illumi's like bloodlust fire back up again was pretty great. That butler looks concerned. For far as I know, Subone's a G. And again, like the mother and Miluki look concerned. Silva is just kind of chilling there. That's why, again, I don't know the thought process of what everybody's seeing here. Is everybody like, oh my god, that's amazing power? Oh my god, I didn't know she could do something like that, like healing wise. Um, and then boom, we instantly cut back here. I've never felt anything like this before. Now, does she mean power? Just kind of what is happening in general? Or I'm not sure. Not sure. The Oreo, no idea what the hell's going on. And then this is when, now that we know, this is when Pariston knew that Gon was being healed when he said he felt the power out there, so he already knew. That's why he was delaying it. Ging didn't look concerned, like, oh my god, my son had that going on. Pariston's like, checkmate. I got it, what I needed. Look, I mean, it looks like nothing is too great that can't be done. Luca can literally do anything. And then this man, he's like, all right, I'm going to match power with power. Let's do it. God, I'd love to see the full extent of Illumi's power. Hmm. That's my dude, though. Again, like, there's no way you make Illumi rage like this, talk about, I want this is for me, and we don't address that in the next 2 episodes, you know? So, like I said, I feel like they've got a lot to jam pack here in the next 3 episodes, so I'm interested to see how it's going to end. That's definitely got to be a thumbnail, right? Great shot. But yeah, we'll go ahead and end that there. I feel like we pretty much went through everything. The only other thing I wonder is, yeah, if you're in that crowd and everything, and I'm a hunter, maybe I've had something similar that's happened to me, you know, or I have somebody that put a condition on themselves that was so extreme that they couldn't come back from, and you know, I want help. I want somebody to, you know, help my loved one or my sibling. What makes Gon so special? Okay, I'll vote for you and we'll heal Gon, but then I want the same thing for me. And then somebody else in this stadium's like, yeah, I'll help you, but I've got something similar. I want the same thing for me. So like, if I'm a voter, like, why would I vote for you? What's so special about healing this little kid that makes him more important than, you know, what I got going on, type thing. That, and man, I just really wish I could have seen a lot of these other strong hunters out there fighting these ants. A lot of the ants would have been fodder. Let's be real with that for a second. But ants like the Royal Guards, you know, I would have loved to seen Hisoka, Illumi, some people in the Phantom Troop going up against some of these Royal Guards. Damn. Because we don't get to see, you know, a lot of, like I said, I brought this up before, we don't get to see a lot of the characters pushed because there's not a lot of fights. We know they're strong, but we don't know how strong, kind of like where to gauge them. But, you know, it's good. This will go up Monday. We've got 3 episodes left in the entire series. I remember when I was on episode like 3 or 4, and around like 10 and 15, I was like, I'm never, ever going to get to it up in the 140s. And here we are. This will be it. By this time next week, we will be officially done with Hunter x Hunter. So we'll go ahead and leave that there. Appreciate y'all. Help me get to 6,000 subscribers. We're slowly closing in. We're getting there a little bit. I think we're less than 200 away. So that's the goal for 2020 is 6,000 subscribers. And yeah, vote on the community poll if you're interested in Anime Only Discord, and we'll go from there. So like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always,